All right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Boogie Down Bronx, Queens, or Staten Island, my homebro Brooklyn. Back out with another video. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. This is my first video of the new year, so I want to say Happy 2024. Hope everybody has a great year. Okay, I hope we have a great year on the channel as well. And of course, this time of year, the NFL playoffs are going to start, and I'm so excited. The football is my favorite sport. I love the NFL playoffs. Okay, and Wild Card Weekend starts with the Cleveland Browns against the Houston Texans in Houston. Now, this is a very interesting game for a number of reasons. One particular reason, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. The Cleveland Browns and Houston Texans. The Texans are the team that came out of nowhere. I mean, nobody thought they were going to be in this position at the start of the season. But hey, kudos to that kid, C.J. Stroud, who probably should win Rookie of the Year. I mean, he got the Houston Texans, a team that's been probably the worst team in the NFL over the last couple years. He got his rookie year. He gets up to the playoffs. Bet you Carolina wish they got him instead of Bryce Young, but that's another conversation. But C.J. Stroud, I think, should win Rookie of the Year, and I say that respectfully to that kid with the Rams. I forget his name. I don't know, the wide receiver. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But I think C.J. Stroud, he definitely if I had a vote, I'd vote for him as Rookie of the Year. Will Anderson Jr., the stud linebacker from Alabama, probably should be the defensive Rookie of the Year. These guys are absolute beasts. The Texans have a great future ahead of them with these two kids, CJ anchoring the offense and Will anchoring the defense. They also got that cornerback, Derek Stingley Jr. a couple years ago. I like him. He's like a talented cat. I mean, they should have took Sauce Gardner over him, but it is what it is. I mean, who knows? Derek Stingley Jr. could end up being probably the best corner in the NFL one day. But of course, the guy who deserves most of the credit, a bulk of the credit, is Mr. DeMeco Ryans, the former linebacker for the Houston Texans. This guy actually I believe he won Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Texans, if I remember correctly. After being the linebacker coach for a couple years in San Francisco, he became the head coach, and he's my pick for Rookie of the Year, not Rookie of the Year, but Coach of the Year, Coach of the Year. Now, then there's some good candidates. Dan Campbell out there in Detroit, helped lead the Lions to their first division win in 30 years, and I do think Dan Campbell might end up getting it, but I think it should be DeMeco Ryans. I mean, really, like going into the season, how many people thought the Lions were going to be in the playoffs? Y'all can't see me, but I got my hand up. I can't see y'all, but most people thought the Lions were going to be in the playoffs. Nobody thought shit about the Texans. Nobody. Okay? So DeMeco Ryans should be the Coach of the Year, at least be a split Coach of the Year between Dan Campbell and DeMeco Ryans. But if I had to pick one, DeMeco Ryans, the Texans got a rep with black coaches. I mean, that guy, David Culley, that light-skinned brother, they fired him after 1 year. Lovie Smith, they hired him. They fired him after 1 year. A lot of people, including Stephen A. Smith, crucify the Texans for the treatment of black coaches. Well, they get this one leads them to the playoffs. The Texans have a bright future. But with that being said, I'm picking the Cleveland Browns to win this game. Joe Flacco, who's having a career renaissance. I mean, this guy said that he was contemplating retirement till the Cleveland Browns called him. And it's ironic because Joe Flacco was the Baltimore Ravens quarterback for many, many moons. And he tormented the Cleveland Browns while he was playing for the Baltimore Ravens and led them to the Super Bowl. But one thing we know about Joe Flacco, come playoff time, he turns to goddamn Joe Montana. I mean, that 2012 postseason run he had where he threw 11 touchdowns and 0 picks and beat Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Colin Kaepernick all in one playoff run. I mean, it's probably one of the greatest playoff runs by a quarterback ever. He's definitely filled in for Deshaun Watson for the season. He's filled in greater for Deshaun Watson. I mean, Deshaun Watson was struggling before he went out. Joe Flacco could potentially lead the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl. Man, that's going to make Deshaun look real bad. and the Browns organization look real bad for that trade. But the Cleveland Browns have been led this year by their defense. And Myles Garrett, who, honestly, has my pick for Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, I mean, this guy has been through it. I mean, his rookie year, they went 0-16. So from 0-16 to Defensive Player of the Year and a possible Super Bowl win, yeah, I mean, heck, hats off to Myles Garrett. The Browns defense, I mean, they've been stingy. They've been one of the best defenses consistently all year long in the National Football League. Them and the Baltimore Ravens. So it's going to be interesting if they met up with the Ravens in the playoffs. But that's why I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to win this game. But let's get to the other. Speaking of Deshaun Watson, let's address him. I mean, Deshaun Watson, man, the guy who would have won Rookie of the Year had he not had a season-ending ACL injury. He led the Texans to back-to-back playoff appearances. 2020, despite having no number one receiver, led the NFL in passing yards and threw 33 touchdowns, and then he won it out. And I don't blame him for winning out, but then the Texans sought to ruin his reputation, sully his name, when he definitely aided in that as well. I mean, he's been castigated. I remember all these women were extremely upset when he got that big time contract from the Cleveland Browns. Women, as usual, trying to make it about themselves. It's not about you. It's about trying to win the Super Bowl. And the Cleveland Browns felt Deshaun Watson can lead them to where they wanted to go. Well, he's been struggling, and the NFL media has pointed that out every chance they got. I mean, you haven't played football in a year and a half, 2 years. So you're gonna obviously look rusty when you get back. I mean, I'm rooting for Deshaun. I was rooting for Deshaun this season. I wanted him to do good, but he wasn't. So, and then he got the season-ending injury, and they got replaced by Flacco. But this is going to be interesting. And I think Deshaun Watson is going to be a key motivating factor. The Texans, the city of Houston, the Texans fans, and the owner, they want to beat the Browns. Even though I know Deshaun's not playing in the game, they know Deshaun's on the team, and they want to beat them. And I think the Cleveland Browns players, they want to win for Deshaun. Again, I know he's not playing, but still, his presence is going to be all over this game. And I think it's going to be a motivating factor. If I was on that team, that'd be my motivating factor, or one of my motivating factors. With that being said, I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to win this game. I say 27-24. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a close game. 27-24 victory for the Cleveland Browns. The first game of Wild Card Weekend. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Click the like button, subscribe. I'm going to see you all.